Jurassic World Dominion is ready to conquer the world, and depending on who you ask, that might be a bad thing. Critics have seen the Jurassic Park super sequel, and not everyone likes what they saw.
We made a terrible mistake.
When Michael Crichton first wrote his novel Jurassic Park back in 1990, he probably didn't imagine that it would become a cinematic franchise that would keep audiences coming back for decades. After the first trilogy of movies ended with 2001's Jurassic Park 3, it looked like that was it for the likes of Alan Grant, Ellie Sattler, and Ian Malcolm. But like the very dinosaurs themselves, Universal revived the franchise in 2015 for Jurassic World, which centered on an improved, supposedly safer version of the park. Of course, those safety measures, once again, couldn't contain these prehistoric beasts. And the end of its sequel, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, drastically changed the status quo of the entire planet as dinosaurs escaped out of a Northern Californian compound to truly walk the Earth. This poses a tantalizing question. What would the modern world look like if dinosaurs roamed free? Obviously, this idea is at the very heart of the franchise, and it's clear that these creatures are such a powerful force that it's almost impossible for humans to coexist with them. Jurassic World Dominion is here to escalate things even further. The trailers from the sequel promised a globe-trotting adventure, with Owen Grady and Claire Dearing racing through different continents trying to escape giant beasts. And just to make things more exciting, Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum are all returning to their roles from the original movie. Thankfully, the first reactions from critics recently arrived online, so let's take a look at whether Jurassic World Dominion is worth your time, or if it's a giant pile of dino dung.
Bigger. Why do they always have to go bigger?
Unfortunately, a lot of critics weren't impressed by director Colin Trevorrow's second Jurassic World outing, with many blasting it for a simple plot and poorly thought-out character arcs. Obviously, the main draw here is the dinosaurs and the carnage they're inevitably going to cause, but a captivating human story is necessary to make audiences care about the action unfolding on screen. Gizmodo and IO9 reporter Jermaine Lucier called it the worst entry in the entire franchise, saying, "It's too long, it's wildly repetitive, and the dinosaurs are window dressing for multiple uninteresting, unrelated stories. The actors do their best, but it's all just overindulgent and pointless. One of, if not the, worst in the franchise." It seems that many think the story from Trevorrow and Derek Connolly tries to do too much, but achieves nothing by the end of the film, which is definitely disappointing. Meanwhile, Variety and the AV Club critic Courtney Howard tore into the film by saying it doesn't follow the concept it's selling the audience, to instead focus on other and less engaging storylines. She tweeted, "It ignores the premise it should have had from the start, instead synthetically engineering two entirely different, uninteresting and hollow stories that it struggles to connect." This is a sentiment echoed by Thrillist critic Esther Zuckerman, who simply says, "Jurassic World Dominion is easily one of the stupidest movies I've ever seen."
See? Not so bad.
But not everyone is feeling so negative about the film. Some critics think it's a unique adventure with interesting ideas. Fandango's Eric Davis noted how impressed he was with the horror-tinged dinosaur scenes, which is always great to hear since Steven Spielberg's original movie had its fair share of scares. The critic also praised the increased presence of Jeff Goldblum's iconic Ian Malcolm, while noting that the movie achieves in being, in his words, a solid finale. That's a vastly different reaction to those calling it the worst of the franchise. But Davis isn't the only one who was hugely impressed with the sequel. Collider's Perry Nemiroff noted that she loves how Bryce Dallas Howard gets much more to do this time around, saying, "Jurassic World Dominion rocks an excellent mix of practical and digital effects. Dinos look great. That Metrodon scene is right up my alley. Bryce Dallas Howard runs away with the movie, and new trilogy for that matter. Claire experiences one heck of an arc, and Howard soars with it." In fact, Variety's Jazz 10K thinks the film masterfully uses the original trio to its advantage, while balancing the fine line of nostalgic crowd-pleasing. She tweeted, "It's non-stop dinosaur action, and Laura Dern, Jeff Goldblum, and Sam Neill's return hit the nostalgic spots. I just love them." Whether Jurassic World Dominion will divide fans as much as it has with critics remains to be seen. It's entirely possible that audiences will be more receptive to the adventure because of the dino action, rather than looking for well-plotted character arcs. One thing's for sure, no matter what the critics think, it'll probably do just fine at the box office. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Looper videos about your favorite movies and TV shows are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.